Hello, good morning. Hey, YouTube members, thanks for joining me. Hey, in today's video, I want to talk to you about the energies. These energies are going to run to the beginning of November and partially carry over into November. The upcoming solstice is really going to be a doozy because it's like really what they say, like a separation. It's a separation in levels, and it's going to be the impetus to get yourself to another level. This is all new. That's why it gets so confusing, because you can't really apply some of the stuff, everything that you may have learned up till now, to the new thing. That is why I'm here. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you integrate, heal, purge, get through it gracefully and graciously. So I'm going to get right into it right now. The energy is about transcending life. Now, that might seem weird because you are distinctly going to see things fall apart. Like you could say, the apple cart has been upended. It's been kind of turned upside down. People are going to think that things are going to go back to normal, and they're just not going back to that old normal. There has to be the creation of a new normal. New normal means doing things differently. It means better and proper self-care. It means a focus on self, including the higher self, and not so much whatever other people are going through, because they will be at different phases in their evolution. Now, what is transcendence? This means that you're literally rising above whatever is happening. So that could mean rising above the chaos. It's going to mean taking the high road, and it's going to mean, specifically for twin flame people, allowing your twin flame connections that are in a higher plane to rig you up, wire you up, and lift you up. Okay? If you're grounding yourself down to the earth in certain ways, you're going to feel it, and it will feel painful. It will feel uncomfortable. Then it will get painful. Then it can feel like a false fibromyalgia, and then it can, maybe take you to the doctor wondering what's going on, why you have all these aches and pains. So there are some things to know about this energy and the parts of your body that it will affect, because for especially twin flames, if you've been activated, even if you've had your times where you question and you say, am I a twin flame? Am I not a twin flame? What is important is that you come back to, yeah, I was activated and felt love for a reason. Keep it that simple and that basic. You may have no response from a person, but you have to seek your higher connections. You have to seek integration. That is the way to get through this. And when you do that, there's a mutual cooperation. Now, that might sound really daunting, like it's insurmountable. It is not. Okay, let's stick to the plan. So I want to talk to you about what else will this energy have before I give you some recommendations. It is going to include being clumsy or klutzy. Now, hopefully this is not something that is too severe. I don't want things to be severe, but I want to tell you this because you yourself may feel clumsy. You may lose your balance. You may find that you bump into things. You may find that you misjudge distances, like you get close, or you're driving, you clip someone's car. That kind of clumsy klutziness. There's a reason for it. It has to do with equilibrium. It has to do with the inner equilibrium within the ears, or what you call the inner ear, your sense of balance. Now, in some people, that might be a bit more severe or extreme. On a lot of people, it's going to be like a patch of time that you go through where you just feel like you're not yourself. You're klutzy, you're bumping into things, you're bumping your head. Be careful, take things a little bit slower. So hear me when I say this. What do you do about it is, don't be in such a hurry. Slow down, be cautious. You don't have to be timid, but be deliberate in your walking, be deliberate in your motions, and cut stuff. Don't overdo anything. Don't try to overdo anything. Don't try to work overtime. Don't try to drive late. Don't try to push yourself in your workouts. Don't. And you might say, well, if we're talking about twin flame love and there's no limits, then why am I limiting myself? You're limiting yourself so that your tissues can catch up with the actual energy that you need to plug into. So it is like an unplugging. It's an unplugging of parts of you that would age too severely, parts of you that are plugging in to stay fresh and youthful. It is a part of the youthfulness of the brand new twin flame body. So, clumsy and klutzy, be aware. Mental scatter. This is biggie. You might not know where to start. You might not know where your to-do list is. You might not know where to focus. You may feel entirely disfocused. You may find that you have shiny object syndrome, where something is just more appealing and it attracts you or pulls your energy away. It may feel like you want to not even take care of business or responsibilities, and you just want to play hooky. You just want to get away, leave it. That feeling is a feeling of the old level. The new accountability requires that you take off your plate what you can. In other words, set up your day so that you're not overwhelming yourself. Make your to-do lists. Do the things that you know are your basic stuff. You can even limit your meals and you can limit some chores, but whatever might be crucial or critical to get to, if you have deadlines on something, that is what you focus on. Okay? You set everything else off your plate. You turn off the distractions. You get first things first done. First things will be you and your sense of well-being. So have your morning routine. If you don't know what a good routine is, I have it in my books and it is very, very helpful. It is in the Twin Flame Body Ascension and Breath book. I have some of that. Okay. And it's actually throughout my series of 7 books that I have. But to keep it simple, have your basic routine that starts you off for the day. The next thing, what's on your plate? Well, I recommend having only 2 things because this is going to be the kind of energy where life happens. Things will come up, things will break down, the car will have a problem. Don't overwhelm yourself with too much stuff. Give yourself enough focus to get through until you pass through this energy with proper integration so that you can handle more. And when I say handle more, again, this is not going to mean multitasking. Handling more for twin flame people means being multidimensional. That means increasing your body, expanding your body so that you hold more love and things get easier for you. They get smoother. The doors open for you. Let's talk about work situations. Because a lot of times when people go through this, they want to quit, okay? I recommend don't quit just now. Don't quit in these energies. That is not the timing for it. It's not the timing. And you may just be shooting yourself in the foot. Or you may just be cutting off your nose to spite your face. Because there are other things happening, okay? Let me move this a little closer so you can see it. Okay? There are headaches. Those headaches are caused by unplugging old connections that are no longer needed. Those are connections to ancient timelines. This will include things like belief systems. It will include things such as what your ancestors lived through, what they remembered, how they were taught or what they were not taught. Things like prejudices, judgments, old religious beliefs that are no longer valid in modern times. I have nothing against religion as long as it speaks to your heart and your spirit. But if it's not, it's got to go. If it feels like you're doing it and you're doing it by rote or you feel angry at it, time to unplug that. So this is where the headaches come in, because this will include memories within your memory banks, which are generally located here, and that lends itself to the clumsiness and the mental scatter. That's why you can't remember things, because part of how we forgive and truly forget is to remove the memories. And that happens, but it plays out at a physical level with, you know, you don't remember. You can't, you get lost in a sentence. You walk into a room. You could walk into your kitchen and forget why you even came into the kitchen to begin with, and stand there and say, what is it I wanted to, oh yeah, we're making a cup of tea. And it'll take you like that. Unplug. Headaches will happen. If it is too severe, please check with your doctor. There are many forms of headaches. There is a tension headache here. There is a tension headache here. There's a tension headache that happens here. There's tensions here. You could have it clustered in a certain area. You can have a migraine. Migraines have to do with the reproductive system. Migraines have to do with who you've had sex with, how much sex, what kind of sex, and past life sex. People don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. I've worked with many people to alleviate it, because there's areas in the body where it does happen, and there are ways to alleviate it permanently. What other kinds of headaches? Well, localized ones where it feels like, there's something here. It can feel like you're getting a shot in the head, like there's a needle-like sensation that goes in. Those are a reworking of the synapses within your brain and the skull, like within, because you have several structures. You have your brain, you have the central nervous system, like your spine. So you have the brain, you have all of your sensory nerves that go out, you have the motor nerves, and everything's got to work together. So you can have an enlivening of that. Many times as nerves enliven, you get a sensation of like a quick needle-like sensation, or it can be a needle and then a vibration. If it is around your head, I would also ask you, have you had any childhood bumps on the head? Have you fallen off your bike, for example, walked into a door? And I'm talking about accidental stuff, and I'm talking about punishments where you smacked in the head. Your soul's going to want to heal that. So you can have headaches as this stuff is being removed from you. Your own soul is removing it. Now, what else? This is a little hard to see. The principle of the thing. This is happening left and right with, I'll just mention one example, masks. It's the principle of the thing. People are picking fights. People are picking fights over parking spots, space, territories, rules. It's highly emotional. It's emotionally volatile. And sometimes it is insensible because it's emotional. What do? First of all, don't get in a fight with someone. Don't start a fight that you don't want. Don't be provoked. And if your mind starts telling you, but it's the principle of the thing, that's what you catch. Now, that has a lot to do with the masculine mind, okay? Because that is what is being changed right now. The masculine mind is being changed. And I don't just mean men. I mean things that we call the patriarchy, ancient rules that just don't make any sense in modern times, and families, family structures, like dad or mom says this or that, and it's like beyond all reason. It's things like underwriting rules. It's just beyond all reason. There's a lot of things, like if you've ever applied for something and then they tell you, well, we can't because it's the rules, and you're just like, come on, bend the rules a little bit, right? That's the kind of emotional upheaval that is happening. We're talking about upheaving life to make it better, not to make it more limited for you. Now, if you struggle with that, please get my mini tutorial on how to handle heavy energies, which is available in the link below, and how to open the high heart. Okay, these are two very helpful things. Also, within this energy, as you may know, mild arguments, mild to severe, misunderstandings, no meeting of the minds, quarrels, and you're going to find this with people that you already know, because it's going to be with children, with family, with parents. It will be with close friends. It will be with people you don't even know. It will be with especially false twins. You will have no meeting of the mind with them. If you have met someone, especially online, and you have had these wonderful online conversations, don't kid yourself that that's some romance that's going to blossom into something. 90% of the time, it does not. It does not. You might have had a pen pal for a while. You might have had someone for a season, and it's going to end, especially if they're asking for money. You're not going to have any match with them, okay? Your vibe is quite literally vibrating away from them as you get rid of mental and emotional connections. What else can happen as you go through this and you start transcending? You are ascending, and yet you're leaving. You're leaving old things and old people and places. And yeah, we've all had fun with soulmates. We've loved with them and laughed with them and fought with them and died with them and had a cause with them and had, a revolution with them. We had good times. We had pillow talk. We made babies. And guess what? You're leaving to be where you really need to be. It brings in a sense of loss. It brings in a sense of nostalgia, of things that are bittersweet, of things that'll never be the same again. But that's not to say that they can't be better. So these are all emotional reversals. This has a lot to do with what have you emotionally invested in? Have you invested a lot of time, effort, money, energy, beliefs into believing someone was yours, and you're not getting any responses back? This energy is going to sever that person from you because they're not teaching you a lesson. They're not teaching you a lesson in loneliness or forgiveness or narcissism. It doesn't work that way. Cut bait, okay? Cut your line, because your soul is doing it anyway. Now, on the lighter side, what do these things have to do with? So let me get my marker here. What this has to do with is, first and foremost, health and well-being, okay? Let's just take sense of loss. You're not intended to pine away for someone who's never, ever, ever, ever going to be interesting to your soul. No matter how handsome or pretty or talented or gifted you think they are, no matter how you put them on a pedestal maybe, or no matter how they're in the hole and you think you can rescue them, it ain't going to happen. The focus is you, and it has to do with your health, okay? It has to do with your health. This includes the physical health of the body. This includes mental health. That includes the tissues within your head. It's incumbent on you to give up any kind of substance or addictive things. If you do not know how to do that, please work with me, because in the integration of your light body, that takes care of a lot of the guesswork right there, because that body won't retain things. It won't let you accumulate things, and it won't let you build up. And it's real simple. It's to hold the love of you and who really loves you, okay? Your etheric twin and the physical twin who I'm going to say it right now, 90% of people have not met. And even if you see couples out there publicly that are saying they are, more than likely they are each other's soulmates. They're from a group of souls. Some people are not even from the same group of souls. And it's confusing. It's confusing because it's kind of like they've learned to get along, but they cannot fuse or merge their energies. It's that simple. Making nice with someone and loving them for, who they are, that's one thing. Merging your body together is what provides the health and well-being. Now, what else does this have to do with? This has to do with a new life, okay, which means new structure, balance. Okay, so in the new life, new structure, and balance, this is actually with the principle of less is more. That is what your brand new light body is for, is to help you do well, feel abundant, actually with less than you might think. Now, that doesn't mean deprivation. That doesn't mean that you're over at the poorhouse. That doesn't mean that you're, there's a thing called the Bodhisattva vow, which is sort of an ancient Indian tradition, where you give up all of your worldly things in favor of everyone else's enlightenment and your last. That is not what this is. So if you feel you've ever taken a vow like this, release that vow now. Just release it. All you have to do is I release my Bodhisattva vow. I'm here for a brand new experience. I'm not foregoing my own enlightenment in favor of others. I wish a new life, which is in love, to be loved, to feel love, and to dwell in the level where love lives. New structure. The new structure is 2 levels at first. That's your physical life level, and that includes everything that makes physical life, let's say, peaceful. Okay, we're going for neutrality, peace and harmony, fun, excitement, and passion. Okay, so if you're not at passion yet, please don't worry. You have to get to that neutrality with the people around you first. This includes family and work, and it can include strangers, such as the cashier. Don't let their mood get to you. Don't you get in a mood with them. Don't let them be the person. We all make each other feel low like that. Don't go there. That's not worthy of you. We're here to transcend this, and not only that, as you integrate, it's like reaching up for the cable and then pulling up and hanging on to that, so we are quite literally lifting the fabric of society. What else with your new structure? This is going to include aspects of money. Okay? Now, people don't like to hear this word, money. They like other words like manifest, abundance. Okay? Money as actual cash sometimes has a bad connotation from the past because it's been manipulated and corrupted. We're here to change that too. You have to change it for you. You're here to get to the root cause of what is hindering you, why can't you grow, how to get unstuck and reinvent yourself using your brand new structure. I'm a living example of this. I have done this restructuring about 6 times already in my life. I've learned a lot. The things that you learn, not just in this life, but throughout your lifetimes, you own that. That it becomes a part of you because it helps to form you. So when we were first created, you could say, the inception of us as the beings we are. We were a lot like an infant. We were in an unformed state. All of our potentials were in us. But until we started taking it out and, testing it and, living in duality, living within the structure of karma, because karma as a concept simply means experience, and it means different perspectives of experience. It could be you're poor and then you're rich. It could be that you're sick and then you're healthy. It could be that you're a man and then you're a woman. Karmic balance has been happening over the past 8 years. 8 years. So since about 2012, that has been when karmic balance has been happening. Now it's time to implement what we've learned, what we've archived, and put it to work for the individual. And not just the individual, the two individuals that are unifying with each other. Okay. So money, if you take money just as a topic, both people should be able to earn. Should they both be workaholics, or should they both be sloths and lazy and not doing anything? Because that has been one of the lopsided parts of money, is that one is the earner and one is the burner. They're burning up the cash as fast as someone else can earn it. That's a corruption, and that is not balanced, and that is not intended for your unified state as a team, as true existence partners. Here is the level where you are meeting, and you are intended to meet at the new level. You might call it a new paradigm. It has a new structure. If you are interested in the aspects of money, please join my Empress series. We are going to go through it in 4 parts. You can join each part as you need to. And there's several components because it is for 2 levels. It's for physical life. It is for your love life. And that means your etheric life and the physical life and the etheric life go together. I am the person who does have the 5th through the 9th dimensional activations that I help you with, so that makes it easy to reinvent, to create, to literally manifest your creations again and again and again. Now, when you look out there at people and they will say like, well, I manifested what I need. Yeah, you can manifest necessities. Can you grow within that and really manifest something even bigger? And that is where the point that people will get stuck, is that sometimes the soul pushes your limits. Your own soul will push your limits. And your own soul is putting you into an alignment with your other half. There are convergence points for it. And there are key spots that you need to elevate to at other levels in order to continue. Otherwise, you stagnate. That's the really odd part, is people will get to a point where they feel like they've hit a wall, or even that they're sliding, or they're stuck, or they're just spinning in space. They're just spinning their wheels. The spinning of the wheels is not part of your abundance. It's for you to pay attention to. There are key times of the year where it is important to look at your structure, look at your health, especially if you live in an area where the season changes are much more prominent. If the light is more, if the light is less, if the diurnal rhythms of your body change, if your energy level changes. These are all part of the many nuances that go into you and are a part of you and are a part of how you live. So you may have expected long-lasting happiness. I'm going to say that yes, that is where we are going. However, in the meanwhile, you may find that things are going through disruptions. Disruption is not funny. Disruption is disruptive. Okay, there's no joke about that. But The lasting parts of you are what is important. So the transcendence, have you been too ambitious? Have you done things? And look, I've talked to people who've been at the extremes. I've talked to people who have been in cults, who've been part of a religious sect. I've talked to people who've been overly influenced by the media. I've talked to people who are in mortal fear of what will happen to humanity. I've talked to people who are suicidal, even homicidal. And here is what you need to know. This too is not going to end you. Okay? So the focus on you is vitally important. To focus on the gift that is being offered here of the twin flame body, which is brand new. It's like, as simple as I can make it, is like swapping out sections of your armor for the brand new soft envelopment of something that really just lifts you and protects you. It's a part of your heart structure. It's a part of the higher complex of subtle bodies that make you up. You know, you're not alone in this. I'm here. I'm here to help you. I'm here to make it easy. And it's new. Hopefully, I've inspired you and given you a little bit of an eye-opener of what to expect. The last thing I will say is, you may not be the only one going through this. So don't view it that way. Recognize some of this stuff in other people. Children may be clumsy. Children may hurt themselves. Do not chide them. You may have fender bender type of accidents. You may have things where one accidental flick of a switch does something that breaks something. You may have people misjudge distances. Elderly people will be affected. Cut them some slack. At both ends, elderly and children. Accidents and injury, and your watchword is personal safety and well-being. So hopefully this has helped you. That's my membership video for this patch of time. Join me next month, and please look at the links below to join any of my webinars or productions to further help you. My practitioners and I are available. My practitioners are available to help you with the integration and purging symptoms, ascension symptoms. I'm available for deeper healing. So deep healings of the psyche, really deep wounds, terrible things that have happened to you, phobias. That's what I'm here for. That is what I'm capable of. And yes, I had to also be wired up at a level where I can do that. That level is at the 9th through the 11th dimensions. As far as I can tell, nobody is there now where I'm at. I don't say that arrogantly. I say it confidently to let you know that I can help you in ways that are even baffling the medical community, even without neglecting the physical side of you, which may need medical attention as well, or some medical maintenance. Don't be shy. Reach out. Give me your questions. I promise you, you won't regret it. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Bye.